BigGardener81 here. This year we actually started doing some canning, and this is probably our third time this year, canning away some of our produce collected from the garden. These are actually dill pickles here. My first attempt at dill pickles, I did 4 jars and I really messed up the recipe and ended up turning them basically into horrible salt sticks. But had to toss those out, that's why after like a few weeks or so we try them out and see how they taste and everything. And yeah, so this year, again, it's probably the third batch of canning that we've done. The first couple things we canned this year was the beets that we collected from the garden, and also some because we got a ton of these cucumber pickles growing out there. Like I may have said in my other video, probably the largest producing portion for the size of area that it takes up that I've had in my garden. Yeah, we also did the bread and butter pickles. Those came out excellent. We used my grandmother's recipe. In fact, my grandmother still had a whole jar full for spices, pre-mixed up and everything for doing the bread and butter pickles, before she'd passed away and everything. So that was kind of special to be able to recreate her recipe and everything, and basically use spices that she helped with, so that's very important. So yeah, anyway, the other thing we did is last year we tried doing green beans. That was the only thing we canned last year, and that was kind of, well, the canning process worked great. The green beans that I grew last year were regular green beans that had the string inside of them. This year's variety is a stringless variety, which is way better. They've been great this year. Last year they weren't horrible, but the problem was you're picking the string out of these green beans, and even if you snapped off the ends and kind of pulled the string out, there was still so much fiber in the in that green bean. So definitely improvement over last year. And again, that's why I kind of am doing this project with the videos and stuff, because I'm trying to learn more about gardening and kind of share with you guys out there some of my experiences and things that I've done. Definitely, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work too, but it can be very enjoyable and relaxing because you're outside and you're just away from everything else that can stress you out pretty much for the day, I think. And at least that's how it is for me. Some people may not enjoy it, but I found it to be a very good activity and very rewarding too, because you get to eat what you produce out of it, and it's a hobby that does produce something, and definitely is beneficial to everybody. So if you're just kind of considering gardening, do it. Don't wait, and get started now. And in my climate, we have spring, summer, winter, fall. So it kind of limits the year that that you have for growing. But I do wrap up all my stuff in the fall, and then I start early in March, and in between now and in between the end of the season and March, I'm planning on what I'm going to do for the following year, because there's a lot of good information, some bad information out there on the internet, and you could get some from talking to friends and stuff that have done this before. But you can get a lot of different ideas and kind of plan accordingly and try out and see what works for you, and every year just make it better. So that's kind of my goal. Not necessarily maybe making it bigger anymore, but like I said, probably in my previous videos, maybe even this one, I basically made my garden much larger than it was last year, but this is about as big as I'm going to be doing it for right now. And so I'm going to have to work with what I have and basically just improve upon it and look at what options there are for growing things. There's so much to learn, like what plants grow better with other plants that are mutually beneficial to each other. What kind of things to do to prep your soil, what kind of things you do to help give nutrients to your plants, and when to pick things and how to help pollinate different things. Like I learned about zucchinis, where you can pollinate them yourself by using a paintbrush or something like that, or even just pulling off the flower and dabbing the pollen into the mating flower to get the your zucchinis to actually pollinate and grow. Because if they don't pollinate, then basically that little zucchini that's starting to form isn't going to grow. So just all types of things to learn, and it's a lot of fun. So definitely, thanks guys for watching, and any thoughts you have about my gardening, please leave them in the comments below, because I'd like to hear from you guys. And again, we can all learn from each other, so that's why this is a great project to do with the videos and everything on YouTube. So thanks for watching. Until next time, have fun growing.